Congrats, you made the decision to start using AI within your business. Maybe you're in insurance, maybe you're in construction, or maybe you're a general contractor, but you realized there was something that was inefficient in the way you were doing your work. Whether it was your sales process, your quoting, your invoicing, or even your onboarding, you realized there was friction. Those are hours that should be going into prospecting or human making decisions, not typing or re-entering information. You went ahead, you bought the tools, maybe it was a Claude Pro subscription, ChatGPT, Gemini, Go High Level, Zapier, Make.com, NAN, the list goes on and on of the tools that are out there. Got this adrenaline rush that you were doing something right, but then nothing changed. Here's the part that none of these companies will tell you when they sell you their software. That automating a broken process does not fix the process itself. It just helps you break it faster. My name is Chris, and at Seymour Flow, we build operational systems just like this for businesses who notice something is not working and don't know where to start. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact process we go through, talk about the thing I do before any building happens, the one question that decides whether the automation makes you money. I'm going to show you a use case of one of my clients who had these tools the entire time. All we did was come in and actually make a system that worked.
I had two pain points that were genuinely costing me business. The first was prospect follow-up. By the time I followed up with them, some of them already made a decision. I was using the system called Go High Level. I needed somebody that already knew it and that could build me something that I was describing.
As you can see, the software wasn't what was missing. It was the map to get to his desired outcome. So here's exactly what I do, and you can do this the first week without needing to buy anything. First, pick one lane within your business. Just one, whether it's a lead coming in or a quote going out, or even an invoice getting paid. Don't try to map out the whole company in one step. Write down every single step from the first request for a quote all the way to the money going in the bank. Not how you think it's supposed to work, how it's actually operating within your business. Who touches it, where it gets handed off to, and where it sits and waits for somebody to remember what happened. In your head, you might think it's a simple 5-step process, but when you actually start breaking it down like this, you realize it might be closer to 20 steps. And that gap right there, from the 5 you say out loud to the 20 that actually get written down, that is the gap of hours that you are losing every single day. Step 2 is to circle and focus what runs on memory. Look at your map and circle every step that only happens if someone remembers to do it. Whether it's the follow-up you sent last Thursday or a check-in with a client who went quiet, the invoice that's 2 weeks past due and no one noticed it. And as you're circling, that right there is another leakage of missed revenue. It's not dramatic, it's the quiet stuff that my client couldn't have said it better.
If your business generates leads in any form and you're not nurturing those leads with a system, you're leaving money on the table. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you sell a product or offer a service without automation, most of those people fall off your radar and end up going somewhere else because nobody stayed in front of them.
Now, step 3, and this is the one everyone skips. It's before you think about automating anything, you need to ask yourself, what do I want the outcome of this to be? You shouldn't be asking, what can my AI do? That's not the right question. Thinking about what it's going to cause leads to the right answers. Like, I want quoting to take 2 hours instead of 10. Or I want 0 leads within my pipeline to go 7 days without hearing anything. I want 50% of invoices chased without anyone on my team even having to think about it. If you can't think about what you're ready for that AI to actually do and bring, then you're not ready to automate in the first place. And that's fine. That's what we want, because now you know what you need to tangibly find and work with, which makes it easier to use the right AI down the line. So when I first constructed this AI system for my client, it came to me saying, I need a smart AI that could help with my sales. I helped them reverse that a few step backs and think about the fundamentals, like we walked through. What is the outcome? What do we actually want out of this? We helped come to a number where we wanted the next 10 leads to be nurtured with the right sequence and hopefully book at least 50% of those meetings using AI. From there, he was actually able to surpass those percentages and book 4 times more. Because it's not that he wasn't good at his job in the insurance space. He's actually very well experienced. It's his workflow that was the problem, relying on a paper intake form where now everything sits in one unified place. This intake sheet speaks to the 2 other pieces of a CRM all within seconds, and then the lead gets placed in the correct bucket depending on what type of client they are. So notice what it's not. It's not complex code. It's not just a simple dashboard or an AI chat interface. It takes pieces with his business that were actually leaking time and revenue and turn it to something simple and easy to use and actually brings back ROI, a return on his investment. The businesses that are thriving with AI right now in 2026 have nothing to do with the best or the most amount of tools. They're just the ones who tangibly map the outcomes that they wanted out of the systems before overbuilding. So all I ask before thinking about AI, map your workflow first, then go ahead and build.